Imagine a multi-billion-dollar industry where 95% of the products produced are completely useless. Now, imagine that this industry is responsible for the advancement of human knowledge, technological innovation, and truth itself. Nobel laureates have warned us. Industry titans like Elon Musk have bluntly stated that most academic papers are just a pursuit of vanity. Yet, the machine keeps printing. Welcome to the academic matrix. A highly lucrative virtual world built by the modern publishing industry. It's an ecosystem that relies not on groundbreaking discoveries, but on the mass production of academic garbage. Today, we're going to look at how this academic Ponzi scheme operates, how top journals cover up the rot, and what happens when someone dares to expose the truth. To understand the matrix, you first have to look at its architects, the world's most prestigious journals. They sell the illusion of rigorous peer review. But the cracks are showing. Recently, when a student named Gung boldly exposed highly flawed and fabricated papers in top-tier SCI journals, the establishment scrambled into damage control. In an exclusive interview, a spokesperson for the Nature portfolio acknowledged they were investigating the questioned papers. But their defense? They insisted these were merely isolated cases that represented a very small fraction of their published content. By framing systemic rot as just an occasional hiccup, top-tier journals maintain their unassailable authority. And more importantly, they ensure that the massive submission and publication fees keep. So, how do mainstream scientists justify an industry where an estimated 90 to 95% of findings are flawed? They perform incredible mental gymnastics. When independent researchers present logical critiques of published garbage, establishment experts defend the system. One reviewer actually wrote this to defend a flawed paper. The word research itself signifies that facts are researching. Therefore, every research is relatively correct or wrong according to the era. Yes, you heard that right. It's not wrong, it's just relatively correct. When confronted with Nobel laureate Honjo Tasuku's famous warning that 90% of views published in top magazines like Nature and Science are wrong, another reviewer casually dismissed it, stating, "I see this sentence as an exaggerated formulation to alert young researchers." By redefining outright errors and useless data as just part of the scientific process, the academic elite shields their multi-billion-dollar empire from accountability. But what happens if you don't buy into their excuses? What happens if you try to unplug from the matrix and point out that the emperor has no clothes? You get silenced. The modern academic system operates like a cartel. Independent whistleblowers who expose the delusion of innovation face systemic suppression. Reputable preprint servers, like SSRN, Kios, and AR14, routinely suppress critical preprints and deactivate the accounts of researchers who provide rigorous, logical critiques of mainstream garbage. Under the guise of moderation policies and protecting integrity, the establishment institutionalizes a fear of critique. It's an autocratic response: don't fix the broken science, just ban the whistleblower. If you think this is an exaggeration, let's look at the data. Let's look at two specific, highly funded fields. First, microwave absorption materials. Independent critical analyses reveal that almost every single paper published in top-tier SCI journals in this domain is fundamental academic garbage. They recycle the same flawed paradigms to generate publishable, but scientifically useless, data. Second, time series anomaly detection, or TSAD. Researchers have forcefully demonstrated that at least 95% of papers in this field are deeply flawed. Why? Because they use entirely unsuitable metrics for success and test algorithms on fundamentally broken benchmark datasets. And when these glaring, visually obvious flaws are pointed out to the community, there are no counterarguments. The community just ignores the problem. They stick their heads in the sand. Because acknowledging the truth would invalidate thousands of careers, citations, and millions of dollars in grant funding. Modern science has been hijacked. It has become an academic Ponzi scheme. By continuously lowering theoretical standards and substituting rigorous inquiry with paper mills and statistical manipulation, the industry ensures a high volume of publications. Over 95% of top-tier SCI journal papers might be useless to humanity, but to the modern academic establishment, they are a highly profitable commodity. Until we break free from this autocratic matrix and dismantle the financial incentives tied to publication volume, genuine truth seekers will continue to be outcompeted by shameless, systemic fraud. If you want to dive deeper into the evidence behind everything I've talked about today, you need to read the full article, The Academic Matrix: How the Modern Publishing Industry Thrives on a Profitable Ecosystem of Garbage Papers. The link is right down below in the description. What do you think? Is academia broken beyond repair, or is there a way to fix the matrix? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next investigation.